Welcome back, Super 93.3 FM, Port Harcourt. It's 13 minutes past 9 o'clock this morning. And unfortunately, I cannot have my previous conversation, well, my initial conversation this morning because my guest is presently unreachable. And I'm sure there is some reason and an explanation for that. But let's move on to something that is quite interesting. And I'm sure that perhaps much later this conversation will happen. But for now, let's talk about the ease of doing business in River State. Earlier on during the review, I carried a report about River State ranking low on the rankings of states that are easy to do business, and there are quite a few things listed in this particular report that led to this ranking and to the placements in this particular ranking. All right, so let's look at this again, and this is for the benefit of those people who may just be tuning in for the first time. You are on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and the issue today is the fact that River State is ranking low on the ease of doing business ranking released as carried in a report on the Daily Post newspaper. Amongst other states who are ranking low as well are Lagos and Ogun State. Now, according to the World Bank, the ranking of economies is determined by sorting the aggregate ease of doing business scores. And the aggregate ease of doing business score for each economy is the simple average of their scores on each of the topics included in the rankings. Now, these are as follows: starting a business, dealing with construction permits, getting electricity, registering property, getting credit, or you call it loans, protecting minority investors, paying taxes, trading across borders, enforcing contracts, and resolving insolvency. Now, let's not even talk about the fact that Nigeria ranks 131 among 190 countries. And this is pretty sad. But again, it may not come as a surprise to a lot of people. Domestically, though, each state is expected to have policies that would attract businesses and make such a state the investor's destination of choice. The ease of doing business in a state has to do with how easy it is for an investor. For instance, you just decide that this business I want to do now, it will make sense for, let's say, Abia State. This is what I want to do. I will be solving so and so problem or problems in the states. Because again, while a lot of people, the reason a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to setting up business is that they're only thinking about, it as business, making profit. But they're not thinking about the fact that their business or service or product, whatever it is, has to be solving a problem or meeting a need. That way, money will flow in your direction. Money flows in the direction of people who are solving problems, right? But how easy is it for me to carry this, my idea, and move to this state and say, okay, I need the land or I need house. I want to acquire land. Say, for instance, you want to acquire land now in Obiapo or by Mandoni local government area. If nobody say what I done, the warriors for Rashi region now. But how easy is it for me to go there and buy land without paying matching grounds? Community boys, where you want to set up now, they come. Depending on what you want to build, that is how they are going to levy you. The council people, when they show up, how many times would different people come and say you need to buy tickets? You need to buy, one thing or that thing. Now, there were times when these used to be a huge problem. But I'm sure that it's a lot better now. I'm pretty sure that it's much easier than it used to be maybe 8, 10 years ago. Maybe even 12 or 15 years ago. Who knows? Back then, if you want to build a house, you need to have police or some sort of security, because when the boys see tipper, they move. Tipper is going somewhere. They want to know where this tipper is going to drop chippings or to drop sand. Oh, okay, work is going on here. Next thing you know, they have come. You have not paid this one, you have not paid this one, you have not paid that one. And they start to levy you. And sometimes you eat into the capital. You eat into the money that you're supposed to use to make progress in that business. But let's move on right now. There are many things. Now, the ease of doing business in a state has to do with how easy it is for an investor to get their business registered with CAC and with any other agency or offices that you may require to go and register. For instance, RISA, you don't finish now. You want to mount your signboard. How easy is it for you to get RISA's permit? That is the River State signage, you just name it. Those people involved or who make it easy for you, or who give you approval to mount a billboard or a signpost or whatever it is, or a flyer or anything you want to post anywhere in the state. How easy or how difficult would it be for me to get RISA's permit to do that? Is there electricity, or will I spend a huge part of my money to buy PMS or diesel, depending on your generator, to now start to power your business or your business place? Is the state secure? Do I have insurgents? Do I have, all the menace that that are fast becoming norm for us, sadly, in the country? Is there a high rate of kidnapping? I mean, someone was telling me the other day that a friend of his, wanted to, ship things into Nigeria through the Port Harcourt port. And the very day that their goods landed and were moved to the warehouse, that was the day the man was kidnapped. And that was how the man changed his mind about doing business. And many other people in River State and a few other places. Now, the list is endless. Is there security in that state? How friendly is the government, and how friendly are the government's policies? Does it look like the state really, really encourages people to do business in a state? It's one thing for you to say, well, investors should come. We are making the states, friendly and conducive for investments. But is it just lip service? Is it just all for talk? Or when it comes down to it, these task force that are moving around in white trucks and white pickups, white Hiluxes, are they really going to allow your business to thrive? Or the next thing you know, they have poured kerosene on your goods, as they normally do? Is it for real that states actually make it easy? What about the policies that the states have? Are there charges that you must have for whatever kind of business that you want to do? Are there those charges? Because again, you may never know until you want to start your business. There are so many things you will not know until you've decided that, okay, you want to start so-and-so kind of business. Then they will put you through, they will let you know what is obtainable, what are the things that you must do, that you should do. Otherwise, your business will not see the daylight of actualization. So, how friendly are government policies? What about taxations? Are there multiple taxes going on? Do you pay and you're expected to pay another thing again? How motorable are the roads? Is it just that in Biakpo and Port Harcourt City local government that you can be sure to see good road? What if you want to site your business in Eche? You go fit pass Ibo Eche road, or do you need a special kind of vehicle to ply through Ibo Eche road or other roads in River State? We're looking at River State right now. How easy is it for people to do business? Is the state prone to natural disasters like flooding right now that we see? On the one hand, people are saying, oh, is the dam in Cameroon, that's the reason why there's flood. And then recently, we heard, recently from the Minister of Environment, from the ministry itself, saying it is not the dam from Cameroon that is causing it, that it is from the rain, the blessing from above, in his own words, that is causing, or that is causing this flood, because the flood is ongoing, right? So, how prone is the state to natural disasters? Sometimes these natural disasters are man-made. Some kind of floods can be caused because waterways and drainages have been blocked. You will get business. You don't sweep, fiam, pour inside your gutter. The government or whoever have decided that they want to build one massive structure here. They will sandfill waterway and build an edifice Next thing you know, the water has to find its way somewhere else. And when the rains come, as they do come in River State, then we begin to see the repercussions. Now, this particular report says that, governments on different occasions travel abroad, state governments and state governors travel abroad to try and woo investors. And sometimes also, the Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mines and Agriculture in the different states also make these trips to fraternize, to sit together with their counterparts abroad and rub minds and see how they can broaden their horizons and, put one foot in this country and the other foot in that country, just so that, they show their presence in different countries and, again, increase profit, increase visibility. These trips do happen. Although sometimes some of us will say our governors and our leaders are traveling for medical tourism, they are not going to see how they can try and bring investors into River State or into Lagos State or into any state or Abia State or whatever it is, that they're just traveling for their personal gains. But the question is, how easy is it to do business? Recently, the governor said investors are running back to River State. And there's a reason why. And that's because the dividends of democracy is being seen. River State is returning to its glory. And that's why investors are returning. But is it really true? Or is it something that will be sweet for news that we're hearing? What do you think? How easy is it to do business in River State? As a business person listening to me now, how easy? Now, River State ranks low. Some people will say, we shouldn't trust this, what's it called now? This particular report, this statistics is faulty, is flawed. Who wrote it? How did they come about their results? You can go on and criticize it. But Lagos, for example, despite being the commercial nerve center of the nation, the state with the highest IGR and a mega city is ranked number 20 amongst the 36 states of the Federation when it comes to ease of doing business. Ogun is rated 19th despite being the nation's industrial capital and one of the states with the highest IGR in Nigeria. Now, ironically, three northern states, Gombe, Sokoto, and Jigawa, are rated as a top 3 states where it is most easy, or mostly easy, or most easier to do business in Nigeria. Gombe has the lowest IGR in Nigeria. First of all, isn't that an irony? Sokoto and Jigawa come 18th and 7th, respectively, when it comes to IGR ranking. But they are 1, 2, and 3 when it comes to doing business in Nigeria. But do you think that it makes sense to you? Are you surprised that River State ranks low? Are you surprised that River State ranks what it ranks when it comes to doing business in Nigeria? Or it not shock you at all? It not shock you. It was gathered that River State, which is one of the richest states in the nation, is sharing the number 11 spot with Imo. Well, number 11, no bad, Sha. Last. What do you think? Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Obi.
Good morning, Comrade Letambari.
Yes. As regards to the question you asked, we don't need a soothsayer to tell us that the ranking so far is what we are going through, even if we have the economic value to have escaped this ranking. Let me say that let me compare the IDP camp that we are talking about this morning as regard to the care the state government was supposed to give.
Okay.
If somebody who go to abroad to study or learn from what they do there come to River State and could not be able to attend to this problem in time, so that the economy will have the IGR we get at the end of every month can be properly utilized, this ranking wouldn't have affected us. Because why? We have the money, we fail to have implemented ideas that will relieve the people before the time. And that is why we are talking about this political era that is coming. That we need people who have that idea, who have that vision, to know how to plan.
Right.
Like the Senator Magnus said.
All right, thank you very much for that comment. You have made your comment and it's well noted. The phone lines are 0705-079-1021. 0705-079-1021. Let me get your thoughts. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Okay, good morning once again.
Welcome, Ken Billion. Go ahead.
My dear, I'm not surprised in any way because we have been an enemy of the investors. Demolishing people business is the name of flyover. What do you expect? The dualization of road, forcing go to businesses, you will see how the places are empty. So I believe the rivers will go more down. Thank you very much.
It sounded like a curse for a moment, and I was tempted to say God forbid, but thank you for your comments. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, my name is George calling from LMS.
Good to have you on the program. Please go ahead.
No. Okay. River State, what is happening in Rivers, I don't know for other states, but yeah, where I hear that I have this and I know more. I can tell you it's absolute wickedness that is happening. And sometimes it might be coming from the governor or from the government itself, but from the local government council, local government, they know what is happening within their territory. And as you made mention, you want to build house, you need to just buy land, you need to keep foundation good, you have to get fencing permit, you drill borehole, you get license for drilling borehole, all manner of things. Now come to the local market here. You see boys, community boys, giving tickets to even those, when you see what people are carrying on their head, the woman is carrying no more than 200 naira water leaf, and you are giving her tickets of 500 naira. Where will she meet up from? Now you come to the small shops around the area, not looking at bigger companies now, small shops, and they come to, you are running a printing press. In that printing press, you know that the business is moving. You decide to put POS there and sell biscuit, and somebody come and ask for POS permit, ask for generator permit, and all those stuff. Now, I met with a man in GRA, and he said his time is coming. That most of these companies now will not be paying 1 million naira to the community boys. They'll just come for carnival, give them 1 million naira. And I begin to ask, how will these people meet up? So why would River State not go down? It's not our prayer to see River State go down, but a lot of things need to be checkmated.
Right.
Multiple taxations. Okada people are complaining. Taxi drivers are complaining. Everybody is complaining because of multiple taxation, and there's nobody that could speak for them. So when they use all these politicians, use all these boys, the only way they settle them is just go to the street. Anyhow you can raise money. Very soon they'll ask you to pay to work on the street. That's my own observation.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Now, if you've just tuned in, again, earlier on I said River State ranks number 11 and even higher than Lagos State. And it's amazing, don't you think? Lagos ranks, despite the fact that they are the commercial nerve of the country, they are ranked 20 or 20th on this particular ranking. It's amazing that River State is, will I say nine times easier to do business than in Lagos? I'm shocked. But again, 11th is not so great. There are states that are number 1, number 2, number 3, and they have the lowest IGR. So we have one of the highest IGRs in the country. Why is it so difficult for people to do business in River State? And how easy is it to do business, in your opinion, from your experience or experiences of those you've interacted with? Good morning, Super FM. All right, I lost that call. 0705-079-1021, 0705-079-1021, and 081-174-31021, 081-174-31021. Super FM Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning. I want back again.
All right, good to have you back.
The issue is too sad for River State to have that rank. It is very, very low. Where River State is situated, they are supposed to be ranked number 1. If we are talking about the geographical position of River State and how large River State is supposed to be. But then, the problem the River State is having is, let me just say collectively, youth and the government. Can person that is coming to establish business here right through water, you will hear he has been kidnapped. Immediately the business has been installed. And more especially, I am from Abia State. We know the business that we are doing here in River State. Before we was able to establish this business, we pay a lot of matching ground.
In River State?
In River, you local government. Imagine, But then when we start to make inquiry on how this thing goes through, we try to discover that most of the politicians that I cannot mention their names, we are behind that. And there is nothing we can do. Because when you continue to pressurize, if care is not taken, they will kill you and there is nothing, just nothing will happen. So the fact is that can government recognize or realize these things now? That was why I am congratulating TB Kameki. It was TB Kameki that stopped this issue of Martin Grant and all the rest of this thing. TB Kameki done a lot. Can the present government now wake up to see the problem that is involved in this matter and stop it so that business can flow here in Rivers State? One of the things that make an environment to develop is when foreign investors are allowed to troop in.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay.
Yeah, it will be better. That is my contribution.
All right.
Not go far.
Okay. Now, when foreign investors are allowed to troop in, but again, I don't think that the government, or it doesn't seem like the government is doing anything in particular to hinder businesses and, business owners from expanding or, starting up in River State, as the last caller just stated. But there are other things that can be put in place to make the environment conducive, that these things go beyond just words, right? Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt.
Good morning, this Moses on the line.
Moses, welcome. Good to have you back.
Thank you. First off, my heart goes out to, the young women in this and the River State in this state, who are, surviving. To survive in River State is not easy for young men, not to talk of young women. Now, away from that what people have been emphasizing, I don't even want to go to the area of, building a house or getting a land here. That's another encyclopedia of its own. I had that experience in 1999, 2000, way back. So I just don't want to go there. In terms of doing business, that 2000 was the last time I was involved into the supermarket business. I remember an instance, like somebody mentioned, during Christmas, I had to chase some guys with a machete, to a private school, a primary school, where I went to retrieve a carton of beer, from them. They said that it's their Christmas package. By force, they took things. In terms of security, it has improved a bit. But what I think and what I've heard from people, the reason why this multiple taxation, like somebody mentioned, the local government, is making it like a kind of empowerment for people. As youth, it's a kind of empowerment for you to go and hustle, go and do something and get something for yourself. And that has been the biggest challenge we have in River State. Multiple taxation, you have from youth, local government chiefs, you don't even know which person. For instance, getting a shop now, you get a shop, you start paying from the landlord, electricity. If the electricity has an issue, you will be the one to fix it in some areas and rest of that. Then you get to the level of the state. So where I think they should pay attention is this multiple taxation of a thing. The security has improved a bit. That's my take on that.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so let's do it this way, right? Do you think, because again, if you've just joined me, this is Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and the issue today is the ease of doing business in River State. There's a ranking right now that shows River State being on number 11, ranking low, not even top 10, easiest places to do business. And many factors were considered: security, how motorable are the roads, electricity, multiple taxations, government policies, just generally all those things that put a state in a place of being conducive or not when it comes to doing business. Now, do you think that it's easy to do business in River State? And if you think it is, I'd like you to tell me how easy and why you think it is easy. And if you agree that it's not so easy, according to the ranking stating that River State ranks number 11, which is not such a good position at all. Again, if I would speak for the government, considering all the work that they are doing and all the work that has been put in, 11th position is not a great place. It's nowhere to brag about at all. Nigeria just has 36 states and one capital. So it's not like we are so many in number that number 11 will begin to be happy about it, right? So tell me, what do you think these reasons are for you, from your experience or from the experiences of other people that you have heard about? What do you think are some of these reasons that make it difficult to do business in River State? 070507 91021 and 0811743101. Do you even agree with this ranking? What do you think? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my sister.
Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Ivan from Port Harcourt.
Ivan, it's good to have you on the program. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I want to talk about on the ranking.
Yes,
you
please.
said the Rivers is ranked number 11.
Yes.
And my question goes this way: if Gombe, Sokoto, and Jigawa State are ranked 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
why is it that their IGR is lower?
Great question.
Fine. Then two. Now, in this case, if Gombe, Sokoto, and thereabouts, they have environmental friendly in doing business. What stops the idea coming up? What they are doing is just to vote in. They are trying to know whether they can vote in investors so that they can, the IGR can, come up. That's why maybe they don't. Nobody tax them. So for me, River State, I don't think that ranking is accurate.
Okay.
Because if River State, is not friendly enough, I don't think that our IGR will come up to that level. Yes, IGR will come up to that level. Like what Lagos. But if they are not environmental friendly, nobody will come in there to invest. So sometimes I don't believe in this ranking. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a great question that he put out there, Why do these states that have low IGR, that is internally generated resources, are ranking higher when it comes to the ease of doing business? It could be for a number of reasons, right? It could just be that, contrary to what a lot of people are thinking, it's easier. They have better roads, they have better power supply, and a lot of people will argue that, besides insecurity and insurgency in the north, generally life is easier, food is cheaper, cost of living is, and even standard of living are much better and cheaper in the north than in many parts of the country. So that may just be in it. And I've had the chance to live in a state like Kaduna a long time ago, before the Kaduna crisis that happened back in the very early 2000s. Yeah, absolutely. So the truth is, life is easier. There's more power supply. So if you had a business there, you would pay less when it comes to power. You would run your generator easier. Food is cheaper. Roads are. There are many reasons to explain it. But the truth is, a lot of people just don't go there to open up or set up businesses because, again, the population, your target audience or your market may not be there per se. I don't know if I'm making sense at all. Good morning, Super FM Port Harcourt. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Super FM, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Shedrack, and I'm calling from Elene.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I'm happy to get you on call this morning.
Thank you.
This is my first time of calling you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for joining me, sir.
Good. Please, I don't know the kind of government, I don't know the kind of people that are ruling us in this country and our state respectively. How can a governor and his agent, his professors, open their eyes like this and watch something go wrong in their face? For the best I know, SME, that is the small medium enterprise,
Yes.
is the strength of state economy operation.
Absolutely.
If SME could not thrive, big ones will not thrive. It's as simple as that. For instance, now, this LMA Obibo Express is falling now. If you are a taxi driver flying this road, my dear, you are going to get no less than 10 police checkpoints. And if you are somebody who is driving this taxi now, for instance, you get close to 5 taxi now, and every day you are spending no less than 1,000, 1,500 on the road for police for no reason. How are you going to meet up? Now, this wicked task force, can I call them disbanded or what? I don't know. Because when you look at the vehicle and those the office, they look so hard disbanded. If you see the way these people torment traders on the way, the way they torment as an ordinary people hustling for the daylight, you will cry.
All right.
Is this the way? Why should River State rank 11? Why? Because the governor is in the government house. He doesn't care. Nobody cares for the farmers. I think every government needs to represent the citizens. And not when you enter there, you got the basic campaign and losing the survival life. Why the citizens that are being elected to go and present are suffering in the hands of thousands? It's not fair. It's not fair. Once again, I'm sorry, and I'm happy I get your call.
Thank you so much for joining me. I'm much happier. Thank you so much. Okay, it's quite unfortunate. It is quite unfortunate, all of these obstacles that seem to be the reason small businesses are not thriving. And it's just like what he said. If small businesses don't thrive, big businesses will struggle, because oftentimes the big businesses would rely on the small business owners as foot soldiers for contracts and all those other smaller service deliveries. The multinationals will require small business people to service them in certain areas and in certain capacities. So if small businesses are not thriving, it's only a matter of time for the big businesses to move to places. It's like Lagos, for instance. All the big businesses, many of them, if not all, have their headquarters in Lagos, because small businesses, a lot of small businesses are there. As hard as it is, ranking number 20, Lagos State, for people to do business in Lagos, people are still going there because of many reasons. But here are two reasons I want to point out. The people that can pay for your services are there. The people that will patronize your business or businesses are there. They've got the population and they've got the money to spend for that service, you know? So that's just on one angle. But the point is, small businesses need to thrive. That business that will hire 5 people, 7 people, 13 people, 15 people, depending on how small or how, medium it is, that man that needs that has, capacity to hire 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 people needs to be giving a conducive atmosphere to thrive. Because that's one man rescuing 50 people who in turn will be catering to their families of nothing less than 2 or nothing less than 4, if you think about it. But join the conversation. If you don't agree with the ranking of Rivers State being number 11 when it comes to ease of doing business in Nigeria, what position do you think that Rivers State should take or should be or sitting on? What is your thoughts? 0705079121 and 08117431021. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Comrade Jude James on the line.
Comrade Jude, welcome. Go ahead.
It's not a surprise for me that River State is listed among those that are easy of doing business. Because we have seen the current government that, number one, cannot assess their budget and economic planning of the state. And secondly, the issue of our market that has been built over River State. That's still on love, like my own market. Government have not put it to use. They look at, the issue of tax force people. The other was at this way today. The contractor was converting product from our own to Aba was still unknown to them that they are River State task force on I don't know what they call their name. They have made a lot of business to try to River State. No community that you go to do something, you will see community boys and youth you come out and say, pay Machinga, pay Ones, pay landing fee, pay offloading fee. These are the things that former government was against. And I think that will help the economy of River State to grow over 7.5%. Generated revenue per month. But today, what do we see? So I think government to get it right now, take all these narratives by bringing some land into business owners. The other day you hear that those extra riders, again, they need to divide service and goods. They stop over to operate. These are the policies we are talking. The government must wake up to their responsibility to create a level environment to be able to thrive in their business so that the economy of the state will be and the work of the employment. When government will not do that, then no investors will not come in. They will walk away to say that are able to do their business. So it's not a surprise to me. I think it's the way of encouraging the government to wake up from their slumber to do the right thing. This is what we need them to do. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you and God bless you, Comrade Jude James. Okay.
And how you want it.
Super FM. Yeah! Super FM, we don't show.
All right, still Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt this morning, and I only have a few more minutes, about 7 minutes, to wrap up this discussion with you this morning on the ease of doing business in Nigeria. And the ease of doing business, Lagos, Rivers, Ogun ranked low as Gombe, Sokoto lead. This is a fresh report released this morning. It's carried on the Daily Post newspaper. Lagos State, Ogun State, Rivers State have been ranked low among other states of the Federation in ease of doing business. As I said, it's reported in the Daily Post. And according to the World Bank, the ranking of economies is determined by sorting the aggregate ease of doing business scores. But let's move on now to domestic level. Each state is expected to have policies that would attract businesses and make such a state the investor's destination of choice. And, River State, for instance, again, just like other states on this particular ranking, are judged on using different parameters. The ease of doing business in a state has to do with how easy it is for an investor to go about their businesses, to first of all, get their business or businesses registered, how convenient it is to acquire land and landed property. Is the state secure? Is there electricity? How friendly are government policies? So again, when you look at these factors, it should make some sense to you as far as this report is concerned. Take Lagos, for instance. There are many parts of Lagos that may still struggle with power supply. River State too, there are some places I can tell you we never see light since how many weeks or how many months. Now, these are the things that make businesses struggle, especially small businesses and small business owners. They may struggle. How motorable are the roads? It's not rocket science. So when you consider these things, sometimes motorable may not necessarily be whether the roads are smooth, but what about traffic? Traffic can keep you at a spot for hours. For Lagos State, for instance, parts of Ogun State as well. River State too, traffic can be, some people have referred to it as being very demonic. You'll reach where the traffic starts and you'll be looking for what caused the traffic. You will not see anything. So these are some of the things that should just make you think about it and put it in perspective and say, perhaps this particular report may not be false, may not have anything to do, may not be trying to spite any particular state, but may just be stating facts as they are. How secure, is the state in question? Lagos is ranking number 20, just so you know. Rivers is number 11. So we are perhaps 9 times, easier. We have it easier 9 times than Lagos does. So think about it. If you judge it, how secure is Lagos as compared to River State? Put that into perspective. A lot of people will say, oh, Port Harcourt is not safe. Port Harcourt is not safe. But trust me, it is not safer in Lagos and many other states. If Lagos people rush to social media and tell you how unsafe it is, the way we like to do in Port Harcourt, somebody snatches your handbag straight to Facebook. This Port Harcourt is not safe. They just snatched my handbag here. This one just happened. If they tell you what is happening in other states, trust me, you will not want to leave where you are and travel to some of those states if you heard what the people have to say. But they have a different approach. They have a different way of navigating. They have a different way of just living with their realities without venting on social media like many of us do in these parts. So consider that as well, right? What about government policies? Is it so easy to relate with the government? Does it seem like the government is so detached? It's difficult for you. The government just have those rules, those stringent rules that just make it impossible to fulfill. It's like what we're experiencing now. A lot of people are complaining about the Executive Order 21 and how it affects, other political parties. How about those other hidden orders and hidden, policies by the government that you don't know yet until you want to do business? Right? You may be saying a lie. Try and start that your small shop. They will tell you, this is how it is. And they will show you how it is. And it is the due process, but that due process may just make it almost impossible for you to start up your business. How about even, if you want to buy land, say you want to start up a poultry. How safe is it for those your chickens and their eggs? Would you not have people jumping fence and, that particular, it may just cripple your business with theft. So sometimes it's not about kidnapping. Sometimes it's just stealing your business or stealing from your business. Think about all these things before we jump into conclusions. Anyway, that's how much I can take this morning. Thank you for your calls and all of your contributions today. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about what we're going to talk about earlier on concerning the Ogoni 9. But that's it for me this very morning on the Super Breakfast Show. Let me see what I have people who are going to be taking away my recharge card on the mobile app. As I said, I'd like to give 2,000 naira airtime to 2 people on the mobile app who can just tell me what they like about Super FM. All you have to do is download the app if it's your first time and drop your comment. This is what I like about Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. Okay, I do have some comments. It's quite interesting. Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, if you're sending me a message as a first timer, especially as a first timer on the mobile app, drop your name and phone number because if you are my winner, I just don't want to stress too much. I just want to send you the 1,000 naira airtime. And 2 people are taking it away today. All they have to do, if it's your first time, especially if it's your first time, let me know what you love about Super FM and drop your name and phone number. First 2 people take it away. Well, maybe I could do 3,000. Who knows? All right, the phone line, the mobile app again is Super FM Global. Go on Google Play Store, download it, install it. Click on Super 93.3 FMs because I like to say we've got other stations, other Super FM stations located in different parts of Nigeria, and we're all using the same mobile app, but you have to click specifically on Super 93.3 FM so you can connect directly with us, all right? Thank you again. Get your permanent voters card. Vote out any government that you don't like, or at least vote against them. You can't really vote out. You have to vote against them, but choose a candidate whose cause you believe in and whose cause you support as well, and someone whose personality you are glad to be associated with on a personal level. Thank you very much. My name is Obi Ivy. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms and leave a comment for us as well. We have great conversations there. Super 93.3 FM on Facebook, Super FM 93.3 on Instagram, Super FM 933 on Twitter, Super FM PH on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is spelled O-B-Y-I-V-Y, just for those who like to spell all kinds of things when they're texting me. Thank you very much. See you again tomorrow, bright and early, 6 a.m. The morning tea will come your way. And thanks everybody who participated via on the morning tea this morning. The tea was really hot. Join me 6 a.m. We share some of the most controversial stories that wake you up with a jolt. Bye for now. Drink a lot of water. Mind your business.
We know what you want and how you want it.
We are Super FM. Yeah! Because no one does it better. We are Super FM.